Palm Royale is back, and it doesn't waste a second reminding everyone why it's the king of high camp, over-the-top comedy on Apple TV dollars. Season 2. Episode 1 drops you straight into chaos, absurdity, and insane glamour, and honestly, if you weren't paying close attention last season, you might feel a bit lost. The show doesn't bother easing you in with polite recaps. Instead, it opens with Maxine Delacourte, Simon's delusional song, and dance number that turns the beach ball from last season into a Ricky Martin-style spectacle of gyrating hips and sequins. It's ridiculous, it's flamboyant, and it's exactly the Palm Royale madness fans crave. For anyone who needs a quick refresher, last season ended with a fireworks display of drama and betrayal. Maxine, desperate to climb the Palm Beach high society ladder, has been floating in and out of the elite circles alongside Evelyn Rollins, Dinah Donahue, and Mary Davidsoul. Her husband Douglas, who is also the nephew of the former Queen Bee Norma Delacourte, got involved in a messy love triangle, impregnating Maxine's manicurist Mitzi behind her back. Norma, who spent most of the first season in a coma, wakes up only for the audience to learn she was replaced by an imposter named Agnes. Meanwhile, Mary tried to shoot Nixon at the infamous beach ball but accidentally shot Robert, Norma's secretly gay caretaker, who was dressed as an astronaut for reasons only Palm Royale could justify. Maxine had a spectacular public breakdown. Linda, Evelyn's radical feminist secret stepdaughter, was arrested for the shooting, and chaos reigned supreme. Season 2 doesn't slow down. Episode 1 picks up amidst the aftermath of that insanity, with Maxine still in the grips of her delusions. The opening song and dance number is a pure fantasy of hers, imagined as she is shuffled off to a more luxurious wing of the mental facility where Linda has also been placed, courtesy of Virginia, who reveals herself to be an FBI agent whose bookstore was actually a front to entrap radicals. Meanwhile, Robert remains comatose, which complicates things for Norma, as he knows the whole Agnes identity swap. To make matters worse, Norma is trying to lock Maxine out of the family fortune by pushing pregnant Mitzi into the spotlight, while Mary hides out in eerie bootlegger tunnels beneath Palm Beach. Maxine's delusions dominate much of the episode, and they are gloriously chaotic. She drinks martinis instead of her usual grasshoppers, and each cocktail fueled fantasy blends past betrayals, fights, and absurd moments into surreal comedy gold. Locked up nearby, Linda becomes the voice of reason, or at least the practical one, pulling Maxine out of her hallucinations. This leads to some of the most entertaining physical comedy of the season so far. Maxine escapes her room, tumbles into a hedge, sneaks into the ICU to see Robert, and then hilariously hides under a bed when Norma arrives to threaten her. The episode's physical comedy peaks when Maxine finally calls Douglas. His visit turns into a legendary visual gag, as Maxine ends up trussed like Hannibal Lecter after biting an orderly on the ankle. These moments capture everything Palm Royale does best. It's absurd, wild, and absolutely hilarious. One-liners come thick and fast, landing from nearly every cast member, making it impossible not to laugh out loud. Beyond the jokes and slapstick, The show sets up plenty of juicy drama to drive the season. Mitzi is being announced as the newest Delacourt family member, yet tragedy and intrigue immediately follow when Dinah finds Axel dead, with Norma's reaction eerily calm. Robert awakens from his coma, and the first word he speaks is Agnes, signaling more complications ahead. Maxine, now released, forms a tentative alliance with Evelyn, with both scheming to gain control over Palm Beach. Palm Royale continues to balance extreme camp with soap opera level plotting, making every scene feel like a roller coaster ride. The premiere manages to reintroduce all the characters, their tangled relationships, and lingering mysteries, while keeping the comedy at full throttle. Maxine remains the star of the chaos, and her interactions with everyone, from Douglas to Norma to Linda, remain a highlight. The episode also shows that Palm Royale thrives on contradictions. It's part physical comedy, part musical fantasy, part intense drama. And yet somehow it all comes together seamlessly. It keeps audiences on their toes because the show refuses to play by any rules of conventional storytelling. What works is the combination of brilliant performances, outrageous writing, and a fearless commitment to embracing every bit of absurdity that comes with Palm Beach high society. Returning to Palm Royale feels like slipping into a fever dream that you never want to wake up from. Every character is in some state of chaos or transformation. Maxine's fantasy sequences mix past scandals with imagined new betrayals, creating comedy that's both slapstick and satirical. Linda's pragmatic interventions ground the insanity just enough to make the situations even funnier, especially as Maxine navigates hospital corridors, hiding under beds, and evading vengeful Normas. Douglas's reactions to Maxine's antics, especially the Hannibal Lecter gag, highlight the show's genius in combining visual comedy with over-the-top performances. The season clearly intends to push everything to the extreme, from cocktail-fueled hallucinations to ridiculous death scenes and public breakdowns. Meanwhile, the supporting cast is not just there for laughs. They drive the drama and ensure that the plot remains tangled and compelling. Season 2, Episode 1 also sets up several new arcs while resolving or continuing unresolved ones from the previous season. Maxine and Evelyn's new alliance hints at a power struggle that could dominate the series. Mitzi's rise in the Delacourt family adds tension, especially with Robert now awake and capable of exposing secrets. Mary hiding in the bootlegger tunnels introduces a sense of danger and unpredictability, a reminder that Palm Royale is always willing to mix comedy with suspense. The episode shows that Palm Royale is still fearless when it comes to absurdity. Even amid serious plot points like murder, comas, and identity theft, the show maintains its high-energy comedic style. The blend of slapstick, visual gags, and biting one-liners ensures that audiences are both shocked and laughing throughout. It's a testament to the show's writing and performances that such a bizarre mix of elements feels coherent and wildly entertaining. Palm Royale Season 2, Episode 1 proves that the show has not lost its edge. The premiere successfully reintroduces the characters, ramps up the comedy, and sets the stage for an unpredictable season filled with delusions. betrayals, and outrageous antics. It's a chaotic, glamorous, and absolutely ridiculous world, but that's exactly what makes the series so addictive. Fans can expect more of the same high camp, absurd comedy, and complex soap opera level plotting that made Season 1 a cult favorite. Overall, the episode is a perfect re-entry into Royale's wild world. It reminds us why the series is beloved for its bold approach to storytelling and comedy. There's no easing into the drama, no holding back on the absurdity, and no shortage of hilarious, jaw-dropping moments. Maxine's antics, Linda's interventions, Robert's awakening, and the constant scheming of the Delacourt family all promise a season filled with laughter, suspense, and outrageous moments that make viewers feel both shocked and entertained in equal measure.